Hello everyone, welcome to another Python tutorial series, and in this video I'm going to talk about Matplotlib, and this is tutorial number 8, the scatter plot. So a scatter plot, also called a scatter graph, a scatter chart, a scattergram, or a scatter diagram, is a type of plot or mathematical diagram using Cartesian coordinates to display values for typically two variables for a set of data. Now scatter plots primary uses are to observe and show relationships between two numerical variables. The dots in a scatter plot not only report the values of individual data points, but also patterns when the data are taken as a whole. Now let's say Joe's an ice cream shop owner and he wants to find out how much of the ice cream sale is related to the temperature. He recorded the sales and the day temperature for the past 10 days in a table here. And we're going to display this using a scatter plot. Now, we're going to be using Python to display this information, and so we can open up our blank Python file, and we're going to import our modules. So import matplotlib.pyplot as plt, and then this is just importing the matplotlib submodule pyplot and rewriting it as plt. And then we can put the data into our list. So I'm going to put our temperature data into a list, so it's equal to 16.5, 12, 18.4, 22.5, 19.8, 23.6, 15.3, 17.2, 14.4, and 20.8. And we also have our sales, and this is another list that contains our sales: 345, 200, 448, 526, 432, 580, 359, 410, 236, and 492. So now we can use the scatter command to make the plot. I'm going to now we want to make our plot, so make plot, and we can write plt.scatter, and then our two lists, so temperature, and sales, and then plt.show, which is actually going to show our graph. And now if I save and run this, we have our graph up here, and this is our figure. Now we can see that the ice cream sales is highly correlated with the temperature. When the temperature is low, or when the weather is cooler, we see less sales. And on the contrary, when the temperature is higher or the weather is hotter, we see more sales. And this just makes sense because more people buy ice cream if the temperature is hotter. So now let's add in our X and Y labels as well as the title, because right now we don't really have any information about what these numbers mean. So before I show the plot, I'm going to add our X label by writing plt.x label and setting it inside these parentheses as temperature and Celsius degree. Celsius degree. And plt.y label sales and our money. And plt.title, we're going to set the title as ice cream sales versus temperature. And now what we can do now is, actually I'm going to save and run this first. And now we have our title at the top, we have our X label at the bottom, our temperature in Celsius, and our Y label, which is sales. So now we see that as the temperature increases in Celsius, when it's at near or in between 22 and 24 degrees Celsius, our amount of sales is over $550. And now let's finally add the grid line to make the numbers more clear. And all we have to do is write plt.grid. And if I save and run this, now we basically added grid lines to make this just more easy to read. So we can see that this dot, if it's a little over 18 degrees and less than 19 degrees, it's a little less than $450. Okay, great. So this is the end of this video. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.